Welcome to the podcast. It's Ivaldi, Sako, your host, and we're here on the fourth episode. I think. Let's go. Let's get into it. Here, if you don't know me yet, by the way, my name is Ivaldi Sako. I'm an ex-personal trainer that wants to now build a multi-million-dollar business from scratch, and I tell you along the way what I learned, so that you don't have to suffer as much as I do. In this podcast, we talk mostly business, mindset stuff. Try to inspire you a little bit, and I tell you about my life and what I learned mostly during the week, and the lesson I learned, so that you don't have to make them as well. Because if you make the same mistakes over and over again, you all of them yourself, you will suffer a lot. And I hope you don't, because I heard a quote that said, "You gotta be tough if you're gonna be dumb," and that's true. Like, if you are going to make all the mistakes yourself, it's pretty dumb to do it. But you gotta be tough, and you still can make it, but you gotta be tough. And why not listen to this podcast and learn from me, Ivaldi Sako. By the way, I have a YouTube channel if you want to check it out too. I don't know if there are a lot of videos on there. I don't know even if I'm going to post this podcast, because if you don't know yet, I'm making this podcast mostly because right now I need to improve my communication skills, improve how at ease I am looking in the camera and talking, speaking my mind, and telling stories in a slight better way, because I'm not that good at doing this right now. So I have a few topics right now that I want to cover, just things that happened during my week that I think would be valuable for me to share with you. So first thing first, this week I got a little undisciplined, to be honest with you. I'm going to be fully honest and transparent with you here. I just want to. I've also restarted to listen to an audiobook called Radical Honesty, and he tells you about telling the truth and how telling the truth will it will make you feel way better and not imprisoned in your lies, because we all lie way too much, even to ourselves. And being able to tell the truth, and not only to tell the truth, but also not hide things, is highly beneficial. And I've had some kind of, I've noticed how it could actually be really helpful to tell all the truth that there is without hiding anything. Now, there are maybe some drawbacks to do that, but I think the advantages, the benefits of doing it will be way higher. So, because when you hide things, like, you just have things in your mind, like when you shed light on the insecurities that you have, the fear that you have, you just reduce them. And when you hide things, you make them bigger in yourself. And I've noticed this in me. So I'll try to be as transparent as I can be on this podcast with you, because I want to really be valuable to your life, and I really appreciate the attention that you spend with me, the time that you spend with me, because it's your most valuable resource. You chose to spend it with me. I'm grateful for that. So I told you I was not really disciplined this week, and the reason is that I got distracted one morning. I had some things to do, and I chose to do one thing that was supposed to be done in the afternoon. I chose to make it in the morning, and the first things that I did in the morning. And while I did that, I just basically ruined my entire day, honestly. And I want to tell you this because every single time I did not do the things according to plan in the morning, and did exactly what I was supposed to in the morning, in the first at least 2-3 hours after waking up, my whole day has been messed up. It happened time and time over again. So I really, really encourage you guys to stick to what you have in mind. What you planned. Hopefully you planned it before, right? The day before, the night before. You plan your morning, you plan your day, and you stick to this plan, at least in the morning. And you don't deviate from that plan. Even though it might seem like a good idea, just write it down for now on paper. Like, okay, do this in the afternoon because you had an idea, right? And do this, and not because I've worked on something that I was not supposed to work on, and then my entire day literally got completely messed up. I did not do anything I was supposed to get done, especially in the morning. And I was planning this like things in the morning because they were important, right? You plan things in like your most high energy state in the morning because you have more energy and it's the most important thing that you need to do. So you plan it for a reason and then you don't do it. You start telling yourself, excuse me guys, you start thinking that, all right, now I messed up this morning. I haven't done this, or I won't have the time to do this now, and then you start procrastinating because you start feeling like, what's the point, right? I've already messed up the day. Why not mess it up a little bit more, right? That's exactly my thoughts, at least like unconsciously. I think I told myself this like in the back of my mind, and then I went with it. So I really suggest the first 2 hours in the day, like they say that a lot in the personal development space. Like they say that a lot. Really stick to it. Like when you deviate, it just like, and I knew it, but I thought, you know what? I'm an action taker. When I got an idea, I execute immediately. And this thought made me do the thing. But I think the most important thing is just to stick to the plan, especially in the morning. Then after, if you want to, take action extremely rapidly on an idea, that might be okay. But what you've planned for a reason, oftentimes. And if you mess up in the morning, your entire day is going to be messed up. Also, I've just talked about having an idea, right? Well, a lot of people, a lot of entrepreneurs, a lot of business guys are in the space and just think, I got an idea. I need to not tell it to nobody because this idea is really valuable. It will make me rich. That's wrong. The idea will not make you rich. The idea, most likely, a lot of people had this idea before. The only thing that will make you rich is your execution on the idea. And so because it's the execution on the idea, you should not be that scared of sharing it with people, of people discovering it. This should not be even like entering your mind. Like what you should be focusing on. Oh, there's a car, a really loud car. I'm just going to stop for 1 second and I get back. So yeah, where was I? The idea in itself, you should not actually, I don't think you should go and just talk to anybody about your new idea, about your new plan of execution, because this is the most important thing actually. Like your plan of execution is going to be the thing dictating your success or your unsuccess. Because if you are actually able to execute the right way and follow through what you say you are going to do, that's going to actually bring the idea to life. If you just have an idea, it's not that valuable. Everybody can have an idea and not execute on it, whatever, right? So I thought this was pretty insightful because I was like, I don't want to tell people what I'm doing right now because they might do the same thing. And actually, there's some kind of truth to it because I'm not that confident in my execution. When you are really confident in your execution and you really know you can work harder than anybody else, you really know you can be more disciplined than anybody else, you really know and you are confident in your capacities, your skills, why should you be scared? You are only scared if you are not confident enough in your ability to outwork your competition. You're not confident enough in being able to... Sorry guys, I'm on the road. You are not really confident in your ability to follow through what you say and follow through the plan and the execution part of things. That's the most important thing. And because of this, you don't want to share your idea with people, right? It makes sense. But try to make it so that you're not scared. Try to be going into this mindset. Try to be going into your business or to the execution of your idea in the way like, I don't care if people know about this because I'm going to work so much more than anybody else. I'm going to be so much more disciplined than anybody else. I'm going to be so much smarter. I'm going to plan so much better than anybody else that they will not be able to catch up on what I do. That's, I think, really valuable to do. Like shifting your mindset into this kind of mindset and, nobody can outwork me type of mindset is pretty valuable. Go watch now. David Goggins. It will make you feel this way, right? Next thing. This week I tried again to delegate one of my YouTube videos, the editing, because my hands hurt. I've injured my hands. I can't work anymore on the computer. It's been like quite a while now. It just really bothers me. But anyway, you gotta, find a way through it. So I said, you know what? I'm going to delegate this. I'm going to delegate the editing of my YouTube videos. And in any case, like, you know what? I don't do the editing that well myself. So why not? Why not give it to somebody else to do? Well, it didn't turn out the way I thought it would. It was like, because I had already delegated a few things here and there when I was doing my business online, when I was doing e-commerce and digital marketing and running Facebook ads and Google ads. Anyway, I already delegated things. I already delegated the editing, also part of the ads. But this time it was like harder to delegate. I don't know, maybe it was because of the person, or maybe I'm not that good at delegating, or maybe my expectations were too high. Because when you delegate, when you work with people, working with human beings always take way more time than you expect. Like, I thought this was gonna be done in like a matter of 3 days. It's been 1 week. I've been going back and forth with the editor to just do the things the right way. Now I understand, because I haven't like chosen the most expensive editor, right? So cheap editor, maybe cheap service. I didn't think so. I don't know. I tried to give him principles, to follow, and he was not following them. So I had to start managing a little more, then managing a little more, then giving really precise details on how I wanted what I wanted. And maybe that's me, that I'm not a good enough leader. I don't know how to delegate yet properly. But I think honestly right now it's the editor that was not just that great. He just didn't want to listen, didn't want to read my my like what I wanted from him. And it's all a mess. Like always, from now on, what I will do is just plan for way more time than I expect when I work with people, and don't get my expectations too high, especially when it comes to delegating the editing of in a cheap way. To be honest, I haven't paid him a lot of money to make this video, but at the same time, it was a short video, so whatever. Actually, like it takes. Oh my god, my English, by the way, is not that great. I'm struggling to find my words, and this type of things, because I'm French, right? Just keep that in mind. I'm sorry for my English. I'm sorry for the stuttering. So yeah. Next time when I will do this, when I will delegate something, I will keep in mind to not try to macromanage actually, but not get my expectations too high. Keep some time, some time, like additional time, to be able to have the proper amount of time needed to actually go through a project with a team, with somebody else, right? It's really hard to have deadlines when you work, especially with freelancers, right? I've paid an editor like as a freelancer. I haven't like gotten in my team. So next thing is that I thought about this because I started watching movies again. I had stopped watching movies for like 2 years actually, 3 years. I have like not watched not a single movie, not a single TV show, not anything like this, not any animes or things like this, which I did when I was younger. But actually, like animes have been like way back. And I've started to watch movies again little by little, and then I started getting addicted again. I started saying like, hey, why not a little more, right? Because I really enjoy watching movies and TV shows. And so when you really enjoy something, I have an I have an addictive personality. So when I start doing something, I have like a hard time stopping. And so I decided to watch again one movie a week because I just had no time off. So I was like, anyway, right now I can't even work with my hands, so why not? It will waste my hands at the same time, right? It will be kind of productive. And I started watching movies again. But you know what happened? I started wanting a little more. I started being distracted, even on YouTube, watching some parts of the movie that I watched back Saturday, and it like I started getting addicted again. I started noticing like, oh my god, I'm wasting 10 minutes here, 10 minutes there, because I think about the movie. And what I would suggest you do is that, like, I've noticed a thought, and this one thought can break your discipline, can make you addicted again. And if you want to stop being addicted, this is the one thought that you need to stop saying yes to. This is the one thing that you just, when you get addicted, the one thing that you can do to stop the addiction or not get into the addiction in the first place is just say no when your mind tells you just one, just a little bit, just right now for 10 minutes. It's not a big deal. Just now, just a little bit. I'm just going to smoke one cigarette, right? I'm just going to take one drink. I'm just going to eat one donut. One donut. It sounds like it's delicious. It's good. A lot. And then you fall into the addiction. And then you go back, you go down the rabbit hole. And it's just a mess. Like if you say yes to this thought and you actually take the first step toward it, you've created the biggest momentum ever. Like your addiction has the biggest momentum ever, and it will get you down. It will try to it will be so much harder to stop it once you started it, right? But when you have this thought, just a little bit more, just one more, and you say, oh, no, I don't do this. This is not me. This is not part of my identity. This is not part of who I want to be. So I don't do this thing. That's who I am. These are my parameters, right? These are my rules. I don't break them. These are my rules that I put for like a real reason. I thought through, and when I may not remember the reason why I put those rules, because it seems so delicious to eat this one donut, but I'm not going to do it. And if you don't go do it, you are way less likely to be addicted, way less likely to fall into the addiction again. So just, be aware. Don't do this. Yeah. I had another thing. Like this week, I was training with a guy at the gym. And I'm a personal trainer, for those who don't know. Ex-personal trainer. But I got back into training like a few people here and there because of my hands hurt. And I was training with someone at the gym, which I don't usually do, right? And I'm a personal trainer. So I give this person advice. I gave this person advices on how they could train better, how they could do the execution part of the movement better, and just try to advise them on, taking on muscle mass, right? And so I did about two trainings with this person, and I know the person that works at the gym, right? The people that work at the gym, I know them. They're my friends. One of them is new, so I'm just not really my friend yet. But like most of the people there that work there are my friends, because I've been at the gym for like plus 6 years. So yeah, I know people there. And so I trained with the person, and you know what? You're not allowed in the gym to train people unless you subscribe to a subscription, which allows you to be the personal trainer of the gym, right? If not, you can't, right? And this is a pretty big gym. Like this is a known gym in Europe. And so I trained with the person, and in another workout, one of my friends pulls me aside and said, like, Ivaldi, can I talk to you a second? And I was like, well, yeah, why? This is weird. And you know what he tells me? He tells me, when you do those kind of things, try to be silent about it, try to be like cautious about it, because a lot of people come to us and tell us that you working out, you're like the personal trainer of this person. There's a personal trainer training someone right now. Is it the legit personal trainer, or is it just like not training as a or does it not have the subscription basically? And I was like, really? People did say that. So like people basically like almost told on me, right? I like as I'm not allowed to train someone, which I was not doing. So I was training with someone, but like my personal training habits were made it as it looked like I was training him, because actually I did not make most of the exercise. I did not do most of the exercises with this person because my hands hurt. So I just trained legs with this person, but like the other exercises I didn't do. Anyway, so and I told him like, really? I told him, do really people said that? He said like a lot of people like were mad that you were training someone. I was like, what? I was shocked. I was actually shocked. I was like, do people not have anything better to do than that? Like, you have so much like nothing to do in your life that you will go out of your way to be able to do that. And I was like, yeah, that's the people need to feel important. And when people don't have any goals, people don't have any like aspirations, or have a pretty like boring life and don't have nothing to wait for, they just tend to do this. They just tend to care about what other people do. I was like, whoa. I was like, I forgot that people like this existed. Like, please don't be one of those guys. Please don't be one of those persons that just goes out of their way, stopped their workout to go and tell the people that, be careful, there's a guy there training people. Is he legit or not? I was like, wow. And there were a lot of people doing this. And maybe actually, you know what? Some of them were my friends, or were my like. I say hi pretty much to almost everybody at the gym, and they smile at me, just like we were like kind of almost like friends, right? And you think you kind of know people, and even some people that I actually know, like I actually talk to a lot. You think you know people sometimes, but you don't really. If they find a way to make themselves feel important, they will take it. And that's the sad reality. Sometimes people are just they feel bad about themselves because they feel like they're not important, so they need to people like the need to feel important is one of the biggest need in human nature. Like, people really crave that, and you find it in different ways, and some of them find it in telling someone some important information, some hidden information, something that should not be said. They try to just act like they know important stuff. And I was like, well, I have no idea how to react to that. I just like I was pretty shocked, to be honest. Yeah, that made me remember, like, if people don't feel important, like it's because they don't have nothing to strive toward. So please have a goal. And if you have people around you that don't have a goal, try to make them, like, convince them to have a goal and to care about things that actually like are worth caring for, not other people's diet. Like, you should not care about, like, if I were to train, even if it was actually the case, I was training this person, why would you go out of your way and just try to not let someone help someone else get better? Like, I was not. I just don't know. I was like, this is mad. Like, there are some people pretty lost in life. There are some people that just really don't have nothing else better to do. Anyway, I don't know any more things that I want to talk about. It's almost been 30 minutes. There's not much light if you were watching this video. Hopefully I've entertained you in some way. Hopefully you've learned some things. Hopefully, I don't know. I feel like it was not that great of an episode, but like, you know what? Subscribe. The next one will be better. Subscribe on the podcast. Watch my YouTube channel if you want to. Ivaldi Sako, and it's been a pleasure. I really appreciate you to spend this time with me. Hopefully I see you around. Bye.